Oh, son, here are two main things that will help rid you of all this procrastination and bullshit on whatever endeavor you're going after in life. The first thing is you must rid this sense of perfectionism. This was what plagued me in the beginning whenever 10 months ago I wanted to start these videos, and it hindered me so much that I made a handful of videos and I quit for 5 fucking months because I was just riddled by fucking perfectionism of not being able to create what I could truly envision. Oh, I can't make what I want yet. You can't make what you want yet. You haven't even fucking started and got the experience under your belt. These people, it's crazy. I haven't been in this state of mind for a while, so it's a little hard for me to connect, but it's definitely like a plague that many creative people, many people in most different endeavors have, and it causes them to freeze up, procrastinate, and not actually just get the fucking reps in. So I'm gonna break how to rid perfection down into 3 categories. First is a little bit of insight from me. Your first 100 YouTube videos will suck. Your first whatever steps to anything you're going after will suck. For me, this goes more towards my passions. I can't really relate. I don't know what a lot of you are going through, but for me, oil painting. My first 20 paintings sucked until I finally discovered a formula where I can paint good. Guitar. I sucked for a good month until I spent 4 hours a day. Every single day over a summer in I think it was like 2017, I spent 4 hours every day for a month, and my skills exploded and I could play crazy shit. I didn't teach myself right, and I kind of cut corners, but that's besides the point. Eventually I got to the point where it was good. These videos, I made 100 videos and I don't have but 60 subscribers. So it doesn't look like I gained much on the surface, but I did. Go back and watch my very first video, and I'm standing by the road talking like a little pussy, like, oh, I don't know, just stumbling over my fucking words. What I gained over these 100 videos, that most of them were low effort and sucked, was the ability to be confident and comfortable behind a camera. All these fucking Hamza YouTube guy clones, half of them don't have this fucking energy because they only make 5 or 6 videos and they give up, or they make 5 or 6 videos and they just kind of lazily go about it, don't put no thumbnails or nothing, which I've done that in the past too. But you gain these skills after your first thing. They will suck. Your first whatever is going to suck. Get over that. Just get the fucking rep out of the way. You don't start off in the gym benching 225. You gotta bench little pussy weight and look like a bitch over there. And then eventually you can bench the big boy weight. Same thing goes with everything else. So that's the first one. Second one, and this is more towards the creatives out there. There is such a beauty in imperfection. The reason why you're seeing this resurgence in YouTube of content of kind of just like real relatable kids in their room, that type of shit, like the Hamza type guy, is because people find beauty in imperfections. The same reason why people make music that's shitty on purpose. People make abstract art that's shitty on purpose and doesn't take a lot of effort. There is beauty in imperfections. Imperfection is being human. And that leads us to our third point, which is be unique. Make what you want for yourself. With anything you're trying to do, make it for yourself. Now, of course, if you got a job and it's a lot of parameters and guidelines, go with that. But whenever it comes to anything creative and artistic for yourself, don't make it because, oh, I want to blow up and make $1 million. Oh, I want to do this and do that. There's only 2 ways that I would make anything. One of them is to impact and help other people. And the second one is to make it for myself. What do I see what do I find missing in music? What do I find missing in a lot of these artistic paintings and styles that I can create my own little lane, my own style. So many people nowadays want to be copycat clones. That's why you see all these fucking YouTubers on here copying Hamza. The same way he talks, the same fucking everything, same titles, all this bullshit. If you look at a lot of my videos, I do have a lot of copying, but I try my hardest with all the time I allot to different things like my job and everything else like that. I try my hardest to add a little bit of creative sprinkle in there, just so I'm not fucking you up the ass completely with just copycat content. The other thing is, it's just People just do not, people are just so lazy. They want camera SD card got full, so now we're on the fucking phone. We ain't giving up on this shit. So, be unique, carve your own path. Now, the second major way that you can rid this procrastination, all this bullshit, is to understand the stallion theory. I forgot his name, but there was this YouTube video that I watched a little while back, and it was very insightful, and it pulled some information from Jerry Seinfeld and all that shit, but it comes down to one particular thing, the stallion theory. And I made my own version of it. So the stallion theory that they mentioned is like this creativity in your head. It's like this wild stallion on the loose, and you got to use discipline and all this shit to grab the fucking reins of it, and it will lead you. Because if you don't control the stallion of creativity, it'll lead you down a path of self-destruction. But if you find a way to grab the reins, then it leads you to a path of prosperity. Now, my little twist on it comes from the occult, comes from a lot of these different older sciences and stuff like that. There's a belief that in the brain there's the left side and the right side. Well, one of the sides is the more feminine, creative, freeing side. Then the right side of the brain is this more masculine, militant, disciplined approach to things. Think of it like you have some artist person, or you got, in YouTube terms, think of it like these super creative, like Sneeko, like real artsy fucking videos, or you got like these self-improvement videos that can be mass-produced every single day with different messages all the time. Think about it like that. But your brain, it works the same way in your brain. You want to make all these creative things, but you can't. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be all these different parameters, and you can let your brain just fucking overload and run wild with bullshit along, while also digesting all these distractions from the external world. Or you can go and tap into that masculine side, grab those fucking reins, and lead it to where you want to. One vision. Put the parameters of deadlines and time and shit like that behind it, where it constricts it to one solid path, and go after that shit and make your own, and make your shit creatively, informative, whatever it is. You need constraints with these things. There's the experiment where they took 100 things of one item, and people were just like, I can't figure out how to pick this shit. Then they took 6 of that same item, 6 different kinds, and it was easy. They were easily able to do it. The same way it works with your creative mind. You must narrow it down to something. So you got to pick one thing. Then the next step is you got to build some sort of constraint around the time. Think about it like, if I have this blank page right here, I could draw fucking anything in the world. I could put anything in the world on that shit. But if I'm like, all right, draw a stick figure kneeling down, I could draw that shit and just have him kneeling down with his hands up. There we go. There's our stick figure on his fucking knees. Once you have that, and then I could draw a fucking helmet on him. I could draw a fucking sword. I could draw fire around him. The possibilities are endless. But if you set yourself one specific thing you're going to do, there you have your guideline. Then you set a time constraint. Then you set a constraint with time, a deadline, if you will. Say, all right, I'm going to draw this. Whatever other things flow out of me creatively, whatever other things flow out of me in a creative way, so be it. But for the time being, I'm drawing a stick figure on his knees, and I got, say, 2 minutes. That will help you a lot. But a lot of this creative strife comes from people who are not acclimated with long time frames to make something creative. That's why I do these videos every single day. If I say, all right, I got a week to make a video, I might procrastinate 3 or 4 days out of the week and then not start till later on. But if I'm like, all right, you're going to start at this time, you're going to get this shit done, you're going to make this day, and you set all these parameters, it's a lot easier to do. Like with these videos, I'm like, all right, after work, every single day, I'm going to come in here, whatever's been bubbling up in my mind, I'm going to write down a bunch of bullet points and just flow off ideas to you people at home. And just flow off ideas of the said topic to you people. I set my parameter of what I'm talking about. I set a guideline of where and when I'm going to do it. And I set the time constraint because I have to go to bed. And I have a lot of other shit to do in the evening. So there's my time constraints. It's a little bit of a ramble and schizo. I'll make sure to add in if you really want an in-depth explanation about this, go and watch the YouTube guy. I'll put him down in the comments and make sure. But it's all about this stallion theory. And it's very, very informative. So, to sum it up, rid yourself of perfectionism and bullshit like that. Get the reps in. Get started at least. Second thing is the stallion theory to steer you to where you need to go once you get started. Chase paper and enjoy nature, old son. Have a great fucking day.